that
Never.
before?
No.
And I know it's tough for you to talk about umpires' decisions, but I know you were real angry. What were they telling you on the field and what was going on there?
Well, they didn't say much. I think I had more to say than they did. But
would you say you're extremely upset with their decision-making process tonight?
be fair.
Would you say Noah's action was pretty similar to the Game 3 of the World Series where no action was taken and that he just kind of wanted to send a message without hurting anybody?
I'm sorry, Adam. I don't understand.
Would you say this is pretty similar to Game 3 of the World Series when Noah had the pitch to Escobar? It didn't hurt anybody, but it kind of like sent a little message.
I don't know. You can say that. I'm not. I'm not going to get into any more of that.
Terry, what was your, without some of the words obviously that you can't use, what was your argument with the umpire? What was your message that you were trying?
There's no warning, Dan. My argument was, nobody got hit. He made an assumption, which certainly he's allowed to do, as we know. I disagreed with it. I don't think anybody, you guys know me better than anybody. I don't know if you can still read my mind, on how I feel about something or what I'm doing. And that was my argument. And there was a time, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Noah threw at him. I'm not going to do that. But there was a time when in this game where you had a shot, and nothing happened. Ball went to the backstop. I mean, nobody, and so that was kind of my argument.
Terry, regardless of whether it was today or even before the season, had you had any contact with Major League Baseball about the Dodgers, about the series? Nothing whatsoever?
No.
So how surprising was that then it was immediate that he was ejected?
Yeah, that was also my thing. I mean, as we talked yesterday, social media doesn't help. And when, Chase himself says, I'm going to get hit this series, or the assumption is we're going to throw at somebody. Last night at home plate, the umpires didn't know that was even, had no idea about anything. So to all of a sudden assume that was intentional, whether it was or not, and with no damage done, I was a little surprised by it.
Terry, did you make the case that you guys have already played this season? This is
I did.
time, and
I did. I made that case. That didn't work either.
Any other ones you tried?
No, after I made my case, I had other things to say at the time.
I mean, as you're watching Chase doing what he does, what's your reaction? I know you're upset, but watching what he does after that, are you even surprised? Or
I'm not surprised. He's been always done big damage to us, always, since I've been here, and I know he's done it before. He's that kind of a player. And
Terry, at any point before either the last series or this series, did you tell your pitchers to be careful because the umpires might be looking for something?
Dan, we had a meeting in Los Angeles where we thought it was, look, we're not going to say don't do anything, but you got to understand we don't need anybody hurt. We don't need to be retaliated against. We don't need anybody hurt, and I don't need anybody suspended for stuff. So we went through the series, and everything was fine. And we came in here, obviously in our town, and with certainly our fan support, and everything that was said, something was always on the brim, and I was just surprised that they reacted so fast.
Are you at all upset with Noah?
I already discussed it with Noah, and so we'll leave it at that. He and I've already, we had just had a chat inside, so not just now, but a while ago.
I don't know if you had a chance to think about it yet, but Noah, through 30 whatever pitches, there's an off day Thursday, so if he would get an extra day of rest before his next start, would you try to use him before then, even if it's maybe like piggybacking Harvey?
Adam, I haven't thought about that yet, so.
Any concern that Noah might get more punishment from the league?
I'm a little concerned, yeah, to be honest.
And the timing of the pitch so early in the game, where you know that's a chance that you might take.
Well, again, Dan, you're asking me questions I don't have an answer to, and because the more I answer it sounds like this was all set up and planned, and when it wasn't. So I really can't go there.
Terry, just to clarify, you mentioned in LA you had talked to the guys about not getting suspensions and being wary of that. Did you have to emphasize that message again before this series here, or did you think that was not necessary?
Never crossed my mind.